Hey everybody. Okay, happy next day. Ian, you're wearing the exact same clothes. Obviously, I'm shooting this all at once. I'm just not wearing the same clothes every day. New day for you, same day for me. All right, so yesterday, I had you make a list of the people of influence that you would need on board, or at least need to be indifferent to the thing you want to do or want to get accomplished. Now, once you've made that list of the people you need on side or the people of influence that could affect what you want to do, the next thing you got to ask yourself is, how am I going to get to them? So the next step is this, clarification. So clarify in your own mind, do I know them? Do I have a good enough relationship with them to just pick up the phone, call them, and set up a time to chat? Well, no, I don't. I don't know them. So then you've got to make a secondary list. And that's, who do I know that knows somebody? Remember that old, you maybe have heard this saying, that every one of us is only 6 people away from a person that we want to connect with. That in today's society, we're only 6 people away. And in smaller communities, obviously, it's fewer people away. The old movie, 6 Degrees from Kevin Bacon, or whatever it's called, right? Well, I think the same is true with people of influence. So those people of influence that you need to connect with, you might not have a relationship with. So then you have to ask yourself, who do I know that knows them? In other words, who do I know that knows somebody? See, I'm never going to cold call someone and say, hi, my name's Ian, and I'd like to have a meeting with you, and I'd like to talk to you about all the things that I want to do in the community, and I've got this great idea, and come on, will you meet with me? And the immediate response is, no, you seem to be a stalker. I don't want to talk to you, right? So instead, I've got to have some credibility. I've got to be able to penetrate, as we talked about the other day, I've got to be able to penetrate all those media impressions. I got to be able to penetrate all of the information that that person of influence is getting hit with every day. The number one way to penetrate it is a relationship. So if you have a relationship with them, then you can approach them. If you don't have a relationship with them, then you can have that person who you know that has a relationship with them be that which penetrates. Here's the bottom line. I'm never going to go try to contact them cold. It's going to at least be warm. My credibility comes from either the relationship I have with them existing or the relationship someone else has with them. They're going to pay attention to what I say based on that credibility. They'll even have, frankly, they'll have a meeting with me based on that credibility. So I've made my list of the people of influence. Then I've got to try to be able to connect with them. So my next step is identifying whether I have a deep enough relationship with them to have the meeting, or do I need to identify someone else? If I need to identify someone else, then I make a list of who I know that knows them. Quick story. I want to do a project in Kenya. I didn't know anybody from Kenya. So I sent out an email to everybody I knew. Does anybody know any officials of or from Kenya? I got an email back from a lady named Barb. And Barb said this, I don't know anybody in Kenya, Ian, but my college roommate is now the ambassador from Canada to Kenya. I was like, really? I need some help. I need to meet somebody from Kenya. That's an official from Kenya, because I'm doing a project there. Do you know 3 weeks later, I was having breakfast with the ambassador from Kenya to Canada at the Calgary Stampede? How crazy is that? Only because I just asked who I knew who knew somebody, and I was connected. Now, once I have that, once I have my connection, either me directly or through another person, then I'm asking some basic questions. What's this person of influence's communication style? Again, if I don't know it, the person who I know knows it. What's the best way to approach them? Formal, informal. What's the best time to approach them? Are they busy right now, or do I need to wait for them for things to lighten up for them? By asking some of these clarifying questions of myself, because I have a relationship with them, or the person that I know that has a relationship with them, I increase the likelihood of getting the meeting. I increase the likelihood of getting the meeting. So that's where it stands today. What I want you to do is, I want you to take that list of the people of influence, and if I know them directly, say to yourself, what's the best way to approach them? Formal, informal, email, letter, phone call, or just drop by? Where's the best place to approach them? When is the best place to approach them? I don't know them, Ian. Fine. Then identify somebody in your sphere that knows them, or somebody in your sphere that knows somebody that knows them. Remember, I'm never going to them cold. Then I'm asking them those questions. What's their communication style? Fact-based, value-based, and the like we've talked about before. What's the best way to approach them to have a meeting? Can you just send an email and introduce me? Or do you need to come along in the meeting with me? And then, where's the best place to have that meeting? When's the best place to have that meeting? So what I'm doing in this approach is, I'm working on setting myself up for success. I'm never going in blind. I've identified the people of influence. I've identified my connection to them. I've asked them clarifying questions. Yeah, but how do I get the meeting? As I just described. If I know them, then I have enough wherewithal to ask them. And the way that I think that they would be best suited to say yes. If I don't know them, I'm gaining my credibility from the people that I know that knows them in the same approach. They'll advise me on how to get that meeting. What do I say in that meeting? Stay tuned for tomorrow.